Are we live? Once I can work out the kinks and really learn this stuff, I'm gonna be dangerous. I can already tell you that now. Hello, friends. Hello. How are all of my friends and all of Auntie's babies? I'm in the shed. I apologize. My little girl puppy is loud and noisy tonight. She had surgery this week. She had the dew claw, I guess it's called the dew claw. I think that's what the vet called it. Removed, and she's got that halo around her head to keep her from bothering with the stitches, and she doesn't like it. She's miserable. She's ready to come out of it. So bear with me if you can hear her in the background. Her name is Ivory. Speaking of Ivory, I'm going to work on a white wreath tonight when I get off the live with this guy and with this guy. And they are going to make such a cute wreath. I'm going to do another Halloween wreath. If your wreaths are not on your door yet, it's time for you to put your fall wreaths up. Um, I have a pretty basic wreath rotation. So let me start in January so that it's easier for me. If I put up my New Year's wreath, which is a red, black, and gold wreath, it will stay up until about the end of January, and then I'll put up a Mardi Gras wreath. Unless Mardi Gras is in early February, like it will be in 2027. It will be February 9th in 2027. So that means like 2 weeks into January, I will switch over to Mardi Gras. Once I take down Mardi Gras, I put up Easter. Easter is very springy, so this Easter wreath stays up until Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend, I put up a red, white, and blue wreath that stays up through the summer, 4th of July. I take it down the day after Labor Day. So I just took down my 4th of July, or my red, white, and blue, I should say, wreaths the day after Labor Day. And now I have gorgeous fall wreaths hanging on my front door. They're old. I made them probably about 7 years ago. But what I do is when I take them out the attic and I fluff them back up, I just make a new bow. And if you can put a new big pretty bow on it, it's going to look like a freshly done wreath. And so those will stay on my door. My two fall wreaths, they're kind of down that line like scarecrow over there, but different, more deco mesh. Those will stay on my door until about the 15th of October. I'll take them down and put up Halloween wreaths for 2 weeks. Once Halloween ends on October 31st, I'll put my fall wreaths back on the door and they will carry me through Thanksgiving. And then the day after Thanksgiving, I put up my Christmas wreaths and they stay up until January. So that's my wreath schedule. Everybody does it differently. You can put your wreath schedule in that. Hello, friends. I got some visitors in the chat. I'd be interested to know when you guys hang your wreaths. And Shalonda. Hi, Shawnee. You know, okay, that's your email address. Okay, I'll send you a brochure to that address. Um, Shalonda, I named you and I named Lauracia. And I meant to tell y'all that the other night when you guys were on here. My little kids I named, my little firsties that I named. Um, hi Lauren. Um, I'm gonna make a really cute wreath tonight, Booba. With this and with that. And it's gonna be mostly white with some green. And instead of purple this time, I think I'm gonna do green and orange. Or if an AKA or somebody wants me to do green and pink for Halloween with the white, I can do a green and pink. Just inbox me, tell me you want it, and I'll make the adjustment. Um, I am still trying to learn how to use StreamYard. I'm hot. In case you can't figure it out right now, I'm flashing. I need to turn the fan on, but it's noisy. So I'll go without it. But if I look all shiny and moist, it's because I'm having a hot flash. Those lovely things. And hopefully it will pass quickly. So I've got some nice gifts tonight for the person or persons who say the right things. I just got finished eating. Maya made dinner tonight. I'm so glad she cooked. She made Johnny Marzetti, and it was delish. And so that helped me so that I can just kind of focus on what I need to do. I boxed up um, two of you guys' wreaths. I've got two more hanging to the left and to the right that need to be boxed up, and then they're going to go. And then after I make this one tonight, we need to give him a name. What's his name going to be? What's his name going to be? Once I make him tonight, I'm not making any more wreaths for the rest of the week. I'm going to work on getting them posted to my website. The ones that haven't sold, the ones that are sold, I'll post them too, but they will say sold. But if you want to order one of the ones you see on the website that already says sold, just send me a message and say, hey, I see you sold that one. I really like it. Can you make me another one? It's not going to be the same. No two are the same because I'm not using a pattern. I'm just kind of winging it and going off the top of my head. If I'm out of a particular ribbon, I might substitute it with a different ribbon, but it's going to be cute no matter what. It's gonna be cute. I'm not gonna stop until they're cute. So, what have y'all been into? Because remember, this is a quick segment. Thursday nights is supposed to be just a drive through for me to just check on my strong friend. Um, and I had somebody check on their strong friend last night. Ree called me last night to check on me, and she and I talked, and it was such a genuine conversation, and I appreciated it so much because she is my strong friend. I'm her strong friend. And even though we are two of the strong ones, we still have to check on each other. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Jarita. And isn't that better? Don't it does it drive you crazy when you're talking to a person and their glasses look like they've been frying chicken on them? It drives me nuts. And I have a particular family member whose glasses are always, 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 always greasy and motley, and it drives me crazy. Hey, Reese Cup, my website. Okay, so this is the deal, Reese. I'm gonna put my wreaths that I made already on Dr. Berry Shop, DrBarryShop.com. That's a Shopify store. But I recently purchased my own website and it's called Dear Duchess. And so eventually I'm gonna put them on Dear Duchess. But Dear Duchess, like if you pull up DearDuchess.com right now, it's gonna be a brunette head white girl on there. And she's cute, but she's not me. So um I've already gone in and started updating some of the information that's on there, but I've not updated many of the pictures that are on there on Dear Duchess. But eventually I'm gonna have my wreaths on there and my soaps on there, my shea butters on there, my poultices, all of my like naturopath medicines on there, and then my services, my business services, because I do still do business services. I probably will go to the farm this weekend because I am copywriting, editing, ghostwriting, and revising manuscripts this week. And I like to do that particular work on the farm where it's super, super quiet. But hey, Kenny. Hi, handsome. Um, so Reese, I'm gonna put up what the website is for now is www. Okay, my fingers aren't working. www.drberryshop. And again, it's a Shopify store. But the wreaths aren't on there yet. I have not put them up. I'm going to start putting them up. If I finish this wreath that I'm making tonight quickly, then I'll start putting them up tonight. If not, they'll go up tomorrow and Saturday so that for the weekend they will be up. Um, Doc is supposed to be back in town tonight. So I may have to, um, pamper him for a little while because he's been out of town working. Um, and once I'm done with that, I'll get back to I'll get back to work. Um, I think that's the right Shopify store. Shout out to my friends and family members in Connecticut and in Aliquippa. Aliquippa, I saw some horrible news there today. I saw a horrible event unfolding on live, and it almost like sent me. Um, in fact, it did send me, but I'm just gonna pump the brakes and I don't have any more comments for it because at the end of the day, we all know what it is, right? We all know what it is. It's a horrible week in this nation, right? Certain segment of society has been triggered by a very senseless murder that happened in their community. So now they're out for blood. And unfortunately, our community had absolutely nothing to do with the senseless murder that happened in their community, but who ends up being the victims, who ends up being the ones whose blood is being spilled? Us. Okay, Reese, you'll keep your eyes peeled. Okay, thank you, friend. Um, it's like we're low-hanging fruit. Like, why keep beating up on the small guy? Like, what do we have to do with any of this? So we know what it is. Nobody's crazy. We can pretend like, oh, it's not, one thing has nothing to do with the other. Tell it to your mother. We know what it is, but this is what I want to encourage you to do, friends. Stay cheerful, right? Stay uplifted. Keep vibrating high because when you vibrate high, it's difficult for negative things to happen to you and for negative energy to come into your cipher. So um, no matter how crazy politics get, no matter how crazy the economy might get, no matter how crazy church might get, no matter how crazy school may get, no matter how crazy things are happening in your life and around you, just try to think positive and continue to vibrate really high because if you can just stay above the fray, right? Vibrate really high. Meditate each morning, even if it's only for 10 minutes, and just make up your mind. When you wake up in the morning, have a definite purpose for that day. Sit on the side of the bed. Like, don't wake up and just get out the bed and just go stagger into the bathroom. And then as soon as you come from the bathroom, you grab your phone and you're on the phone and stuff like that, because your whole day is going to kind of go like that, like real discombobulated, real unstructured, real fly by the seat of your pants ish. Instead, Napoleon Hill taught us to have a definite purpose when we wake up in the morning. Sit on the side of the bed for a few minutes. And if you've got to go to the bathroom right away, go to the bathroom right away. But return right back to the side of the bed and just sit there and just say to yourself, today is going to be a great day. And I'm going to be very productive today. And these are some of the things I'm going to accomplish today. Okay, Kenny, I see your email address, darling. I'll send you some brochures and stuff. Now, I've always had a little thing on my website that says, leave your email address and we'll send you a newsletter. And we never send out the newsletters. What is that about? Like, that has to stop. So, especially when, like, I can make newsletters in my sleep. Like, literally, that was my job at one point, was making newsletters, newspapers. At South Congregational Church, I did the brochures and everything like that. So it's not even something difficult for me to do. It's just discipline. My biggest problem in life is discipline. And Kenny hit it on the head. When you live intentionally, when you have a definitive purpose for your day and for your week, your month, your year, and your life, being undisciplined is it's a catastrophe. It is exactly the opposite of what you need and want to be successful. So even though um tonight was, not very well planned. I had a lot of stuff going on today. My wonderful landscapers came. They made the yard look so pretty, but the fence got broken somehow. There, one of my bricks that are in the landscaping got kind of caught up at the bottom of the gate and it broke the wood board. So I had to go out there and with some wood glue and try to fix it, and I did. But that kind of put me behind tonight. But I kept saying to myself, you promised Tuesday that every Thursday you're going to start just checking on your strong friends. And that segment needs to go forward today, even if it's a little bit late. So, this is the segment where I say to you this, friends, it's time for us to start back loving each other as a community and taking care of each other as a collective. And I'm not talking just to my Black friends. I'm not talking just to my white friends or my Hispanic friends. I'm talking to my human friends. So if you're human, I'm talking to you. And if you're not human, then you're right. I'm not talking to you. But as human beings, we are much better than what it is we've been projecting to the world. We are better than we've been behaving, particularly in America. And it's time that since we are better, we need to do better, right? So, if you guys um, have any situations in your life where it's stressing you out, you feel like you have no control over it, you're kind of like at a standstill and you really don't know how to move forward with it, just start doing things that will raise your vibration. You can go on YouTube and you can play music. I play music for my plants every day. I put on different megahertz, 999 megahertz. I put on 529 megahertz. Different megahertz are supposed to evoke evoke different reactions and responses, but the ones that have to do with love, healing, positive energy, um, full body healing, cellular healing. Those are the megahertz that I play on the television. My plants respond to it, believe it or not. I had a orchid and it hadn't bloomed in a long time. And I moved that orchid from where it had been over by the window. I moved it by the kitchen sink and I started playing um, megahertz where it could hear it. And now I've got purple orchids about to bloom. And I know it's just because it heard the music. Okay, you think I'm tripping, you think I'm bugging. I can prove it. Dr. Emoto, Japanese scientist, did a study with water. And I've said this before on my YouTube channel, and I'll keep saying it because I think it's the most powerful thing I'm able to share with you. Dr. Emoto's study was playing sounds around water, vessels of water. And then he would freeze a drop of water and look at it under the microscope to see if the sound effects had in any way changed the water. Well, you would be blown away. And I'll try to link it after I come off this live, his YouTube video. But in a nutshell, when he played sounds that were loving and beautiful and joyful, the frozen water droplets under the microscope were so pretty. They look almost like the snowflakes that we made as children when we would fold up paper and cut it with scissors and it would come out so pretty. That's how they looked in real life. And when he played like heavy metal music or heavy rock and roll, or I don't know back then if there was any rap music that was like gangster rap or whatever. But when he changed that sound from a loving, sweet sound to something that was harsh, um, and he looked under the microscope at those droplets of frozen water. They looked like death warmed over. They looked horrible. So he knew that sound was impacting water. And what he was trying to discover was whether or not water had memory, and water does have memory. So then he cut out words on a piece of paper and he would tape the words on the jars of water. And so on one jar, he taped the word love, and on another jar of water, he taped the word, but it's like masking tape or scotch tape and a piece of paper. He taped the word hate, and he froze a drop of water out of each vessel and looked at it under the microscope. And the love drop was so beautiful. And the hate drop looked like, oh, so, what does that tell us? That tells us that sounds and words and things that we can see or things that we come into contact with can change water molecules inside our bodies. Ding, 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 ding. Did that escape you guys? If it changed the water in the vessels, if it changed the water molecules in the experiment, then that means it also changes the water molecules inside of our human bodies. And we are what? Mostly water. So what we hear will change the molecules down on the inside of our body, the water molecules. What we see will change the water molecules down on the inside of our bodies. That's why I don't watch horror movies. And plus, I'd be scared for real. Don't need it. And what we take in word wise will change the water molecules. It will change the shape of the molecules. And so we want to have positive words. We want to have loving words. We want to have healing words. I drink water from Red Creek Spring. That's the only place we drink water from. It's about 35 miles from here, and we drive up there faithfully. And we take about 8 or 9 of those huge blue 5-gallon BPA free jugs to the spring. And Doc goes down there and holds the jugs under the spring and he passes them to me. And I put the water cap on the cap on top of the bottle. And I cheer real hard for him to carry them back up the hill to the truck because I can't carry them up there to the truck. But we bring that home. We put it in our water coolers. This water cooler in the basement is for people who like cold water because it has the refrigerator built into it. We keep one up in the kitchen with just a hand pump on it for room temperature water because I don't drink cold water. I drink my water room temperature. Hey TP, and we keep one on the top floor. So at the end of the day, we drink from Red Creek Spring. It's a natural spring, it's mineral water, it's delicious, right? So we already know that we've got a good quality of water. But even in addition to that, my water bottle that's in the kitchen, it sits on top of a slice of wood that about that big that says healing. And then I take and hang wooden slices that are all tied onto a jute rope. I hang them around the top of the water bottle, and they say love, they say peace, they say family, they say forgiveness, they say all of the things that I want my water to absorb and to take on because I know that they are changing my water molecules, making them beautiful, making them more powerful, making them more readily able to heal my body when I consume my water. And what I don't do is I don't have my water around stuff like reality TV where people are fighting all the time, right? Around now, not to say I don't sometimes, watch some of it because I do. It's my guiltless pleasure, my guilty or guiltless, whichever way you want to put it, pleasure. I do watch some of those shows, or I did. Right now, I'm not watching much TV at all. But a couple years ago, I watched Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I used to love Love and Marriage Huntsville. But when Mel left, I left. But I protect my water. I don't let my water just sit around anything. It can't be around the TV when the news is playing because the news is so it's depressing. I hate to say it. And that's not as a newscaster, that's not a good thing or a good feeling to have to say the news is depressing, but oftentimes we turn on the news and there might be one or two feel good stories, but the majority of it is like crime, corruption, arrests, you know, what's going on. It's a lot of negative stuff. So I don't like my water bottles to be near a television when the news is playing. I want my water to be around gentle, beautiful, loving sounds. Before I go to bed at night, I go in the living room and I might put on raindrops, like the sound of rain falling, so that the trees and the plants and stuff in the living room can hear what they would naturally hear in nature, which is rain falling. Or sometimes I'll just put on the sound of like a running stream, a running creek, something real melodic, real pretty. That keeps my water powerful. That makes my water not just good, clean mineral water, it makes it healing water. I don't drink city water. I do bathe in city water, have no choice. But on the farms, we have city water on one, we have well water on the other. Doc likes the well water. He drinks the well water. He said it's rich in iron and stuff like that. I don't drink that well water. Not yet. I'm not that brave. It tastes irony to me. But I'm anemic, so I probably should be drinking the well water where it is rich in iron. Um, Kenny, what did you say? Wait a minute. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Kenny, we were so blessed to go to Weaver High School. We were so blessed, class of 1990. We were so blessed. I didn't realize at the time how blessed we were. But when I look back now at the faculty we had teachers who loved us. We had teachers who cared about us. We had principals who cared about us. Recently lost Mr. Burke. Rest in peace, Mr. Burke. Mr. Burke loved us. He cared about us. Mr. Davis loved us. Miss what was her name? The gym teacher and the vice principal, Miss Lee. Miss Lee and them loved us. Now they were on us worse than I mean harder than a duck on a beetle, but it was for our own good. Miss Shepherd and Miss Sharp. Oh, they loved us. Mr. Brown, them, they loved us. Mr. What was our I think we were in that class together, Kenny, our biology teacher's name, the light skinned one with the freckles all over his face. Mr. Oh, I can't think of his name. Um, he loved us. Our teachers loved us and they wanted us to win. And they didn't stop until we won. And they didn't allow the state of Connecticut to dictate to them what type of curriculum we really would have at the grassroots level, like in the classroom. I can remember that our textbook, our history textbook in Miss Shepherd's class was Before the Mayflower, right? Lerone Bennett Jr. We were reading Henry Louis Gates Jr. way back in the 80s, right? When a lot of people didn't know who Dr. Gates was until he got arrested for trying to climb in his own window up there at Harvard. But these are the types of people. Jawaza Kunjufu, we were exposed to things way back in the 80s. We were practicing Kwanzaa. We were giving ourselves names. Our teachers were bringing in books and allowing us to rename ourselves in case we wanted to be separate from the colonial names we had been given and that had been passed down in our families. We were an all non-white school, but we were not an all black school as far as African American. Get that? Catch? Did they catch that? Let me say it again. We were an all non-white school, but we were not all African Americans. We had a huge population of West Indians, and I'm talking about all islands: Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. Kitts, St. Anne, you name it. We had students from there. Puerto Rico, how many, right? So we were a very diverse school and student class in the whole school, not just our class of 1990, the whole school. We were a very diverse school, but the entire student body was made up of people of color, and it was reflected in our instructors. We had some white teachers, and our white teachers they were good. They had to be good. They loved us because we were hell. Sometimes when we were in high school, them teachers wouldn't have been able to be secret rednecks around us at Weaver. We would have found them out. The teachers we had, our photography teacher, Mr. Carr, and just Mr. Kavinka, them, some of our teachers, they were excellent teachers, excellent teachers. And we're where we are today as a result of it. Like the proof is in the pudding. Look at us. Look at us. We are exceptional. And I say that modestly. I don't say it in a cocky manner. I don't say it to be braggadocious. I'm not a braggadocious person, so I need to just make that real clear. I'm not a braggadocious person. So when I say stuff, please just realize that I'm saying it in a very humble way, but I'm saying it in a way where I know what I know what I know. And it's because I had excellent high school instructors at Weaver High School. So that's it for my 30 minutes. You guys who are watching it on repeat or on review, you can still leave some comments. I'll try to go in and comment later. I'll try to tag Dr. Emoto's experiment or put it in the comments in case you want to watch a video about it on YouTube. It's the most fascinating science you will study, look at, examine, read, or see, perhaps forever, or definitely in a long time. It is amazing. Water has memory. Clean up your water. It will help you to clean up your life. As you clean up your life, you will clean up your health. As you clean up your health, you will clean up your mind. As you clean up your mind, you will clean up your spirit. As you clean up your spirit, life is good. I'm here to check on my strong friend. Strong friend, if nobody has stopped by to say, are you okay this week? That's why I stopped by. Hit me in the inbox or give me a call in the inbox. Get at me. We'll talk soon. I love you guys. Y'all are so precious to me. Bye.